Okay, so this is what it sounds like when it goes off. First of all, if you're going through this, I just want to say I'm sorry, and I know the whole process can be scary of not really knowing what you're getting into because there's not really a whole lot of information out there, at least not 2 years ago when I got mine in and didn't know what to expect. And I kind of went into it a little bit blind. I knew that it would change my voice, but I was pretty prepared for that, but I didn't really know how much it would change my voice. So I want to talk a little bit about that. So don't worry, this isn't like me bashing on VNS because I actually really do like it. I don't regret that I got it. But there have been some interesting side effects. So let's talk about like what should you expect when you go in, at least for me. When I went in, it was a pretty simple process. It did hurt a little bit, but I think I had like only half a tube of morphine, and I think that was it. I had some people there, talking with me, so I was, having fun too. But I got mine in 2016, and it was semi-outpatient, if that makes sense. They keep you there to watch you for a little bit. But you go in, and they do their thing. I have only 2 incisions that you can't really see. I have one there, and then I have one on my shoulder. Right there. Yeah, you can't really even see it. They've healed up quite a bit. And then the actual device is right here. I'm really skinny, so you can't see it. But for most people, you can't see it. Okay, so I got my device put in 2016. And so I've had it in for a few years. And I was going to college to be music ed, and voice was my major. And I, was weighing the pros and the cons, and I was like, oh, well, I can just, take the magnet and tape it off every single time I want to turn it off. Yeah, it didn't go that way completely for me because it actually did, I don't want to say damage my voice, but it definitely changed it. I used to go, every time a song would come on the radio, I'd sing along, but I wasn't able to sing anymore because it would just like clockwork go off because that's the way it works. And it actually did hurt a little bit initially, and it gave me like a ton of energy too. I was just like really almost hyper when it would go off, and they would up it every time. I would get kind of hyper. So I don't know if that's the same way for everybody, but be prepared that that's maybe an option. I don't think it's necessarily a bad thing. It's just the way my body responded to it. That was that. But I wouldn't sing anymore because, when it goes off, it constricts because it's right there. Because that is a wire. It is electrocuting, for lack of better terms. It's electrocuting that area, so I wasn't able to sing. And that was kind of a bummer. I don't know if it was like a depression symptom or what, but I don't think I ever went into full depression, but it definitely was hard. It was very hard. So I didn't sing whenever a song would come on the radio because I knew that, in just a few seconds, my VNS is probably going to go off and then I'm not going to be able to hit those notes. So that was hard, especially as a soprano. But on another note, I did learn a different instrument. We're not sure why I was getting some chronic pain. It could have been a number of reasons, but I was having some chronic pain, so they thought that maybe it was keeping me up at night. So they turned it off and just left the heart monitor on, and that's where it's at right now. And so when it goes off, I know that it's doing its job. And it does its job very well. It goes off a lot. Not excessively, but quite a few times during the day. So it's monitoring my heart very well. Sometimes when I stand up, it goes off, and I'm like, thank you. You didn't need to do that, but okay, thank you. But it's not obnoxious or anything. But I ended up learning the violin, and I learned it very quickly, actually. So I was still able to be in my choir and orchestra, but it was just not the instrument that I had planned on. You're still able to smile through life's ups and downs, and I think that's what's important, You look at it and you say, hey, that wasn't what I planned, but oh well. One good thing about my VNS that I really like is that it changed the nature of my seizures. They used to be pretty vicious and ugly, and I think is the best way to describe it. But now they can get to the rescue and start swiping. I'm not shy about telling people about this. They can come to the rescue and start swiping, and it pulls me out really fast. And the aftermath doesn't hurt as much either. I'm able to still function. I've gone to class after Grand Mal. I won't say I like it, but I've gone to class after having a seizure, which before I wouldn't be able to do. Going to class, I think, is definitely a step up. So, and I still get the killer headache, but, you know, it's a step in the right direction. Oh, this is what it sounds like when it goes off. So, it's monitoring my heart right now, and it must have sensed something in my heart that says, hey, it needs to go off right now. And so, I'm thankful that it's doing its job. I'm not complaining. I'm not able to sing when it sounds like this. And I'm not mad at that because I know that it's protecting me. But I'm a little bummed out that I can't. If you're scared about the process, it definitely is different. But, I mean, if you're worried about the surgery itself, I'd say don't be, because you just have two little marks. One right there and one right there. And do what they say to do, and you probably won't even notice them. Half the time, I don't even notice them. I'd say and it's turning off, so there you go. Now it's turned off. So, yeah, but get ready for a wild ride of when you're in the airport saying, I can't go through the scanners. So, a lot of pat downs. I'd say get ready for a lot of pat downs. And awkward conversations with people saying, I can't go through the x-ray machine. So, what do you want me to do? Carry your card with you. You get cards when you get your surgery, and they come with the magnets. Carry that with you, because you're going to probably need that. Say, be like, hey, I have this implant, and just know how to explain it. If you're going through this, I'm sorry. I know it's scary, but you don't need to be scared. I think it really does help. So I wish that in 2016, when I had gotten mine in, that there were more videos out there like this that talked about what was going to go into it and showed, hey, this is what it sounds like when it goes off. And, hey, this is potentially what could happen. These are the risks that you might be taking. You might not be able to sing anymore. And don't get me wrong, I can still sing when I want to. I still have tan duct tape that I can tape this on and, tape it over, and I can still sing, but it's just kind of a pain to do, and it's hard when you don't have a magnet. So, but hey, it opens doors for conversation. So, there's that. And I get to share it with you guys. So, I'm hoping that this helps someone. Whoever that may be, I don't know. Give it a thumbs up if you learned something. Subscribe if you really love it. Yeah, because I'd love to know if this was helpful. And I really hope it was. And I'm sorry that you have to go through and even make that decision in the first place. But whichever decision you make, I know you'll make the right one. So, guess I'm signing out.